Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Empire State Scholastic Esports Federation and Play versus Championships for New York State. Let's go. Clap, clap. Awesome. It is great to see everybody here today, and I am really happy. A lot of work has gone into this, and there are a lot of people to thank. And I'm just happy to see so many of you made it through the snow. It is expected in Syracuse. I think every time I've been in Syracuse, including in July, there was snow. So just get used to it as long as we have tournaments here. That'll probably continue to happen. We have a lot going on. And spectators, thank you for being here. And all the teams, thanks for making the trip. We have schools that have from across New York State here. So I encourage especially all the competitors that are here, but everyone else as well. Talk to some other people and get to know some other people from across New York State. This is how we get to build community. These are people you've played online, you may have not have seen before, but many of you I know, and I'm looking at one right here, know people already from other tournaments, right? And you made friends. And that's cool. I have friends here as well that I've made through esports, and that's part of the great thing about the community that we are building. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the great sponsors that we have today. Our gold sponsors, Rally Cry, Space Force, please visit their booth. And we also have Esports Integration, who was responsible for making this facility possible. Also visit the other vendors. We have Finger Lakes Community College over there. Give them a visit. We also, Gravity Gaming was a sponsor as well. And Extron also has a booth. Please stop by. I'd like to thank our partners, Play Versus and Crit Apparel. Unfortunately, Crit Apparel could not be here. If you would like a hoodie or a shirt for this event or other awesome swag, please visit Crit Apparel. There is a table in the back over there. There are some flyers there and a QR code. You can just scan it, go on, order the shirts and order the hoodies for this event, and shipping's free. So please do that and get your swag from this event. We are going to start really quick. We are missing Middletown and Washingtonville. They will be here. Just a little bit of snow has slowed them down. But we're going to start off the tournament right away and check out the awesome trophies in the front. So we also have point people for each of the titles. Where are the point people at? Okay, what's your point?
Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals, you have questions? See this person?
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros. Rocket League. Mario Kart down there. All right, those are your point people. If you have a question.
Mario Kart.
All right, and so those are the people. If you have questions, if you have other general questions, Meg at the front desk is also available. You can ask me. I'll probably tell you to go to somebody else. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet now, and let's start this championships.
Welcome into the Shine Gaming and Esports Center here at Syracuse University in upstate New York. It's the Empire State Scholastic Esports Federation, or ESSEF Championships. I'm super excited to be here. I'm Jack Elliott, joined, of course, by Ryan Blankenhorn. We're here for a great day. We're starting things off with a bit of Super Smash Bros. Action. It's the 4-seed Glens Falls, represented by Dr. Perky, and Fowler, represented by Meep Rage.
Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup here, and of course, these schools have battled it out for quite a long time to make it to this point, to the playoffs, the Smash quarters starting this off, and we will be ending the day with Smash Trios with the grand finals. But quick little rundown on what you're going to see today, because Jack, we got a lot of action today. We've got Smash quarters, Smash semis, and Smash grand finals all happening today. We've got Smash Trios, semis, and Smash Trios grand finals happening today. We have Rocket League semifinals and grand finals happening today. We have Mario Kart semifinals and grand finals happening today. And we have a new title, Marvel Rivals semifinals and grand finals happening today. So a really large amount of games, and a lot of schools are here, a lot of people are here, and it's going to be a fun one, but it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, I'm sure you're excited for that new title, Marvel Rivals. You absolutely love that game.
Oh, absolutely. I have to.
But I'm super excited to take a look at this matchup. I was talking to the players before, and I was talking to Meep Rage. He said, I came out of retirement for this. Hasn't played since 2024. He was like, but I'm back now, and I'm ready to play today. Expecting him to play a Kaiza today, so excited to see that. And then I was talking to Dr. Perky. He went out in the first round last time he was here. He said, I just don't want that to happen today. He wants to advance. So, two players who definitely believe that they can advance. It's the 4 and the 5, so the closest seedings that we're going to see. And Dr. Perky's going to be playing Wii Fit, reportedly, from what I heard.
Got to stay fit in the cold snow, It's how it works. But, I mean, it is going to be interesting. I mean, whoa. It's going to be a long day, Jack. There are a lot of underdog stories here today. I mean, it's really what it comes down to. A lot of these semifinals are going to be 1s and 4s, right? And it's going to be a lot of these teams that you look at them, you're like, these guys are going up against the powerhouses, right? I mean, people have been talking about these Rocket League teams too, and this 1 seed is a mitochondria when it comes to some of these teams, and it is going to be a really big fight. This is going to be one of our closer matches of the day outside of obviously grand finals, and it's going to be one that really does set the pace for the rest of the day, and it really will make a big difference because, like you said, right, you don't want to go out in that first round again. You want to show yourself. You want to make yourself proud, and I mean, you've already been here once. Time to do it again. It's sort of a second Pete for you. Can you do further? Can you do more? Can you get further? And it really is a lot of storyline that you can make off of some of these players. They're high school students, right? They have a lot of stuff they're going through during the day, and yet they still make time to get to a point where they qualify for a championship here in Syracuse.
I was talking to Dr. Perky from Glens Falls before this, and he had a Syracuse hoodie on. I said, are you thinking about coming here? He said, I've been looking at it, definitely between here and a couple of other schools. And I asked him, I said, do you want to play for the Smash team here one day? And he said, it's definitely something he's thought about. And then the Smash team here is obviously one of the best in the PEC, the Power Esports Conference. Yep. So it's just interesting to see, some of these players, we might even get to see them again in the future in various titles.
You never know, and that is sort of something that some of these players are looking for, right? As you approach the end of your high school career, there are a lot of schools. Collegiate esports has really grown in the past few years. You look at schools like Syracuse University, Boise State, Michigan State, Ohio State, some of the premier schools within the Power Esports Conference. These are Division I schools, Division I athletics that are really getting involved in esports in the collegiate space. And these high school students, you have students who really never thought about college, really never had an idea of wanting to go to college. And now that this esports thing is kind of real, it's like, I have a chance now. I can get to college. For some of these players, get paid to go to college as an actual athlete of other athletics like football and basketball, play, get a degree, get the education, and also have a good time playing the game while you're doing it. And that is something that some of these players here in this championship are looking at. Some of these players are in their senior year. They're in their junior year looking into their senior year. And this is a big opportunity. This is a bunch of New York schools that have made it to this event to, in a sense, some of them are going to be scouted.
And it's just gaining the experience, even if you don't plan on doing this post-high school, being in a facility like this that is just one of its kind in the country. I mean, it's incredible. Every time I walk in, and I'm in here fairly often,
yes, you are.
I'm like, wow. I mean, this is just, it's such a pleasure. We saw students when they were coming in. They took a look inside the prod room. They were like, wow, this is incredible. Took a look at the PCs that are just free to use for any student.
Yeah, I mean, don't break them though.
Of course.
Then they're not free anymore.
That would be bad. But let's take a look at the Smash format real quick.
Sure.
It is best of 5, so 5 1v1 games, and each game is 3 stocks, which is way less confusing than what I've been having to explain all year. It's pretty straightforward, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple format, right, going forward. Obviously, first of a best of 5 series, it's first to 3 to take the set and take the victory and move forward. This is a single elimination bracket. Right, that is going to be true for all of the games that we play today. This is your one shot, and for some of these matches, it's going to be very much a high pressure situation. You have these Smash players, especially in the solos department, where you are going to be stuck in a 1v1 and that is it. It is you and the other player you're going up against, and you've got to win 3 sets to have a victory, and that is what it's going to come down to. And then everything else today is also best of 5 except for Mario Kart, which we'll get to later. I know that's you and Carson.
Yeah,
Carson,
we'll be there.
One of our other casters will be here later today, making my life easier so I can jump off desk and drink some water.
Yeah, I mean, that's important. I just took a look behind us, Ryan.
Oh,
Would
my.
you look at that crowd?
That's beautiful.
There are parents, all of the other schools are sitting and able to watch. If you have somebody from your school that like is playing in a different title and they're playing right now, you get to sit and watch them. You can see Troy right in the front row, sitting up there, getting ready to watch. I mean, this is incredible. This is some of the most people I've ever seen in this space. The only thing that compares was that PEC kickoff event earlier this year, which was a huge Rocket League tournament with 4 of the best collegiate teams in the space. And you've got this kind of come up for a high school tournament. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it really is, Jack. And once again, it goes back to the evolution of where esports is going. And it is incredible to see this, right? I mean, we have a lot of schools here today, and I was talking to Scott, the president of ESSEF, and he's been great in this whole process here. And, you know, he was telling me that we're expecting over 100 spectators, right? And that's not even counting the players. That is purely spectators, not counting players, not counting coaches. And that is what you love to see, right? You love to see parental appreciation. Right? I mean, for me specifically, when I got into college, one of the things I wanted to pursue was esports, right? I originally went to Shenandoah University before transferring here, and it was a debate I had with my folks about pursuing a major in esports, pursuing anything in the esports industry, and this was 4 or so years ago, and it was definitely a harder conversation, right? It was newer, it was interesting, it was more of a niche sort of field, but now you look at it, and these parents are really invested, not only in their kid's success as a gamer, but also where the industry can bring. I mean, look at us, right? We're shoutcasting over these games, right? There's a full production room to our left that is putting this show on while we just yap. I mean, this is a beautiful artwork and entertainment industry, and it has grown so much in 4 years. I mean, brings me to tears knowing that I'm leaving at the end of the year,
right?
But it brings you so much joy knowing that this audience is the next generation, and there's appreciation for where esports is growing to.
And I still got a couple of years here after you, so I'll keep you informed. I'll say,
Appreciate that.
here's where it's going. But that doesn't even count the people who are watching the stream at home.
This is true.
On the
Play versus YouTube, and I believe the ESSEF Twitch is where the things are.
I think it's the Play versus Twitch and the Syracuse YouTube.
Okay, I'm switching things up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're correct. I'm just.
Hey, that's okay.
There's a lot of acronyms in my head at the moment.
There has been a lot of information crammed into my noggin this morning. I've got a lot to think about. But quite frankly, right now, I'm just excited to cast some Smash.
Oh, yeah, no, it's going to be great. I mean, we have some high-level competitors, and, I mean, throughout this season, right, this is the playoffs for all the matches that we see today. So they've played an entire, I believe it is a 6 to 8 week long season. So quite a long season, similar to PEC, right? Very long season. You play a bunch of players throughout the nation, and you reach a point where you get to play in the playoffs, right? And so this is where these... Yeah, now that we're at this point with these teams, they're ready to put on the best showing. And for a lot of these players, it's probably the first LAN event they've ever been to, right? And if you're unfamiliar with a LAN event, this is a LAN event. It's in person. I mean, that's really what it is. And this is that next level of pressure, that next level of showing yourself as a competitor. And this is where these players are going to shine. I mean, it is going to be high energy. You are going to be seeing a lot of these players really show themselves more than they probably did during the regular season, and it's because they are now here. They have something to prove. They have a wrestling belt for the solo players to win.
I saw that. You know, it made me wish that I was way better at Smash and also lived in New York so that I could win a belt.
Yeah, I live in Georgia, so.
Yeah, I am neither of those things. I'm not very good at Smash, and I don't live in New York.
Yeah, I mean... And it's not just that, right? I mean, we take a look at some of these trophies. There are 4 trophies for the other titles, right? Marvel Rivals, Smash Trios, Rocket League, and Mario Kart are all going to get their own trophies. And, I mean, Carson, I just called you Carson. Carson and Jack, both of you helped me sort of lift those up and put them on that table. They are some hefty trophies. I mean...
They're big.
I've been competing in esports. I've been in the esports industry for a while. The most I ever got was a medal, a plastic medal. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That just shows you how the industry's growing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It really is impressive. And, I mean, a big appreciation of Playversus for providing these and helping us out with these. And then there's that wrestling belt, that is,
And it
that
makes
thing is
sense
awesome.
because it's a solo competition. You are representing only yourself and your school, of course, but you're fighting. You're not on a team like in Rocket League or Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals very team-based.
That's
game.
it's gonna be a big one. 6v6.
But it's just you out there when you're playing Smash. Even the Trios event, there's a trophy for that because you're playing with your team.
Yeah.
This is a singular event. You got one player who's gonna hoist that belt over their head, maybe wear it home.
Oh, I can't wait. I mean, you already know during this grand finals when that player gets it, it's gonna be the whole lift it over the head, and it's gonna be full WWE on it. And
precisely,
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I've never seen, and it's real. I mean, obviously, you've seen it in the camera, but it's metal. I mean, it is not a plastic, flimsy thing. Everything up there has some weight to it, including that belt. And I mean, it's freaking cool. I mean, it really, really is. And I mean, that's what these first two players are going to be playing for, right? This is where it comes down to, as we sort of reel ourselves back into the match that we're going to see first, is these Smash players, right? They're playing for that belt. They're playing for that victory because, like you said, it is just them, right? They're representing their school, but at the end of the day, it is you and me, and that is it, right? Well, obviously not you and me, but
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, if we played a Smash game, it would probably not go well for either of us. We'd probably embarrass ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we're in the glass box,
right? Of course.
So,
and so one of my other commentators, Rowan. You remember Rowan?
I love Rowan. He's a great guy.
Rowan plays Wii Fit, so I'm excited to see Wii Fit. I've gotten to see Wii Fit before. We're getting into it now. Dr. Perky playing Wii Fit, and he told me that his gamer tag was Meeprage. He's got Dizzle on the screen, so gonna be excited to see what goes on here. They're just jockeying for center stage position. Dr. Perky lands that first hit, gets a soccer ball to the face.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna come down to, I mean, obviously Kaza, a much heavier character, but also loves these smaller fights. You want to get brawly with them. Dr. Perky has the ability to play more on this further range composition, and also you have the ability to heal yourself, and that is a big one that Dr. Perky is going to be able to use.
Dr. Perky has just managed to deal a bunch of small hits. Got Meeprage all the way up to 100% now. Gets the grab and the throw. Good combo, manages to deal quite a bit of percent. Now just has an opportunity to edge guard with that soccer ball. Good parry there, but immediately launched into the air. Some good juggling, and oh my goodness, the snipe with the soccer ball, a knockout.
Yeah, and just like that, one up in the series, got themselves also a little bit more of their percentage back. They were able to use that heal, and now they're in a good spot. Once again, putting in this pressure from this ranged attack. You have to be careful going up against this Skazi, because eventually, when they get over that 100%, they get supercharged. They do more. They hit harder, and that is something that Dr. Perky is going to need to be very aware of, and something that they are aware of, as you've seen, when they get to that 100% mark.
That was a really good hit, one of those first big hits that Meeprage has been able to land all day. Just kind of jockeying for center stage position yet again. Nobody wants to be in that position to be edge guarded, but so far Dr. Perky has really managed to fare well on the edge. Into that advantage state now goes Meeprage, but oh my goodness, a big knockout. Dr. Perky up 3 stocks to 1, and the percentage difference is not that large. Already back up to 52, now 66%, all the way up to 96. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, using this restoration to really keep their percentage in a safe spot, but gets hit. Not going to get knocked out, though. Has a good recovery, will be Wii Fit. Both of them get back on the side, no edge guarding, but this is where you need to be careful. The slam goes down, but Dr. Perky able to live for just a little bit longer, but now they go out.
That was some good DI to manage to stay alive there, but it was not going to be enough. Some really good edge guarding. The first time we've really seen Meeprage pull out that edge guarding. Got to be careful now in the knockout zone, and still has 2 stocks to take off. He wants to attempt a comeback, dealing a bit more percent now in that advantage state. Trying to find a way to guard on that edge, but that soccer ball use has just been so impressive. It's going to get him again there. Up to 169%, firmly in that knockout range. Just trying to stay alive a little bit longer. Gets hit by that sunblast. Knocked off, nearly knocked out there. Up to nearly 200% now. And there it is. The knockout, and the doctor is in to start things off here in Syracuse.
Great way to start Dr. Perky on the Wii Fit, and what an incredible job. I mean, Kazuya is a very scary character to go up against, especially when you reach that 100% threshold. There are a few characters in the game, Greninja being another one, where once you get to that point, you are in almost instant knockout territory. I mean, but this was just phenomenally well done. We look at some of these replays, look at how the usage of this Sunblast and this Soccer Ball were used to really keep themselves at distance from the Kazuya, and even when they were at that 100% threshold, stayed up, kept the distance, used that restoration quite wisely as well, always keeping themselves sub 90%, and it was very, very good for them as we get into Game 2.
We are immediately into Game 2. That was real quick. Very glad about that, but the key here is that, Miss Meep Rage has to get inside, get up and close with Dr. Perky. That's been the issue. Those ranged attacks have been doing a lot of percents here early, and then just the juggling ability of Wii Fit is so impressive.
Yeah, it really is, and it gets them into the mud there, and once again, playing FIFA as they're just throwing those soccer balls down, but just like that, the platform doesn't reach in, and Kazuya falls off the map there. Kazuya, a character that has a decent recovery, but if you mess it up, you can't get yourself back on the platform.
And already back up above 70% on this second stock, jockeying for center stage. Managed to land a couple hits, but got to do that quite a few more times for a chance to get a knockout here. Getting juggled around yet again.
And just
Fakes
like
the
that.
soccer ball into the Sunblast, into the soccer ball again. Goes for another kick, all the way up to 134% is Meep Rage. Trying to stay alive. Another juggle and a perfect prediction with the soccer ball. Meep Rage manages to recover. Goes for a little bit of healing there. Back down to 77%, up to 174% is Meep Rage. Good recovery. Managed to avoid the prediction there. But there's the soccer ball yet again. No shield. That's unfortunate. Up to 190% on this second stock. Making the stock last. And my goodness! Kicked it right back. We're back even on stocks. What a play.
Yeah, immediately takes it out though, but really well played coming out from the Kazuya here, just sending that back. That is just knockout territory if you fully charge that Sunblast. Is able to do so, but immediately gets it sent back to them. But I mean, you wonder, right? It's nothing but soccer ball after soccer ball, but that is how you keep yourself at bay against a character like Kazuya. You cannot get in this close range, right? Just as you see, you get close range, you get hit a few times, the stun comes in, and we're back even.
And that is exactly what Kazuya has to be doing this whole game. Is just being up close and personal, make them uncomfortable. And you know, the evasion is fairly good here from Wii Fit, managing to get around all the way up at 80%. But that's kind of the blueprint where if you're going to try and pull off a reverse sweep, which you very well may need to, you're going to want to be getting real close, real tight.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, that is the biggest part of this is you need to get this fight. You need to close this. You need to close this space as you do once more, and now you start to see the adaptation, right? This is where Smash gets really interesting, is can you adapt to your opponent? When you are playing in a not ideal situation, can you adapt well enough to play the rest of the fight?
Kazuya's really got to take advantage right here in that advantage state, but there it is! My goodness, the uppercut, the knockout, and it's a 2-0 lead for Glens Falls. Dr. Perky.
Look at that audience there, Carson. I mean, everyone there watching the match.
Definitely not Carson.
No! It's what happens whenever I cast with Carson 24/7.
No, I understand. If I call you Rowan at some point.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for it. It's going to happen. But I mean, one of the things as well is that audience I just want to quickly appreciate again, because we also have side matches going on. Right, there are practices happening and there are warm-ups happening at the exact same time. This is purely audience. This is not really a lot of other teams. Obviously, there are some other teams there, but not all of them. And immediately just gets grabbed out of the restoration.
Yeah, we're going to get right into it, about on even percent on that first stock. Just to update you, Meep Rage is going to need a reverse sweep in order to advance. It's 2-0 Glens Falls currently. Dr. Perky has been playing very well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, you know, the reverse sweep is fully something that we could see. I mean, this is where that would happen. For those of you curious what a reverse sweep actually entails, it's basically, right now, Dr. Perky is 2-0 in the series. They need 3 to win. A reverse sweep is when you sweep the other way around. So it would be Kazuya turning around, getting 3 wins in a row.
108% already for Meeprage, and a huge grab and a knockout takes an early lead. That's how you got to start out.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the adaptation we were talking about, right? And over that 100% mark, that is really crucial in where the power of this Kazuya can really strike into this Wii Fit.
Got to make the most of this stock now, and that is exactly what he's doing. Already back up at 80% is Dr. Perky. No knockout yet for Meeprage. Gets a little jab in there, up to 83%. Now 105% firmly in that knockout zone is Wii Fit. Up to 120%. One hit will do it now. Gets a little restoration. Will Kazuya be able to recover? No! He will not, and just manages to lose that stock, but it was a really good job of dealing as much percent as he could before losing at 130% currently.
Yeah, I mean, Kazuya's a character that you're really fine until you hit around 160. So you have 60% to play with, to really work with when you're in that overpowered state, and we saw that play out really, really well. Tried to go for the cancel on that recovery, wasn't quite able to find it, ends up finding themselves instead, but slam into the ground and into the skies goes Wii Fit. That's a stock again for Kazuya.
The ping into the background, one of my favorite parts of Smash personally. Now got two stocks to play with and probably about 80% on this stock. Got to make the most of it to try and get back into this.
Yeah, good stun as well. Puts the Wii Fit up to 100% again. A great spot, and we're still not over 100% if you are Kazuya, right? You are in a good spot. Goes for the cancel again on the recovery, but this time saves themselves, does not get too risky here. Almost at 100%, goes over, and now this is where you have to be careful. This is where that ranged attack needs to come in. The Sunburst as well as that soccer ball, but you can see the space is closing in. They really want to try to keep these fights close and personal.
Definitely playing a lot tighter. It could also be due to, it's a different stage with different configurations. So it's going to be a little bit different. Goes for the Sunburst. Doesn't get it. And the sidekick, the knockout, and the comeback is on for Meeprage and Fowler. It's still 2-1 Glens Falls, but that win is the first step towards a reverse sweep.
Yeah, not only that, but also you lost one stock, right? So very much in a good spot there for Meeprage and Fowler. Is now they can look to continue this forward, right? Reverse sweeps. It's a situation of just momentum, right? That's what these sweeps are, and we might have chances to see that all day today. It's stopping your opponent's momentum and starting your own, right? And that's what we saw, some really good adaptation coming out from that Kazuya, from that closing of fight, and then into the Wii Fit trainer. A much smaller stage we see here going in once more, and already you see this Kazuya is trying to close once again, trying to keep this fight close, and that's the best thing you can do, especially when this Wii Fit is just trying to play with these soccer balls, trying to play with the Sunblast.
And shielding against those soccer balls and those sunglasses, defending against those is going to be the most important thing so that you can land those combos out of those parries.
Yeah. And that's what we just saw, right? That parry on the soccer ball is really important for this. Over 100% now in that overpowered slot. One parry into an attack is going to be good and potentially marking for this final stock on Dr. Perky, and that's going to be a great way to start. But approaching knockout phase in that 150, like I said, 160 is where you need to be scared. Really good edge guarding here. Tries to go for the recovery stop. Can't quite find it. The stun goes in, and there's the knockout.
My goodness. Meeprage has absolutely turned it on here, Ryan. There it is again, only 9%. Did not get a huge hit there, but the turnaround has been incredible. He's playing with a lot more confidence, a lot more focus.
Absolutely, and I mean on this Kazuya, right, you have those low hits, those low percentage ceiling hits, but then you get the combos, right, getting those stuns and throwing them out. As I say that, Dr. Perky finds that one there, so back even, but a 60% increase for Dr. Perky here.
And it's all about taking those leads while you can, while you have the stock advantage. My goodness, a massive knockout.
Knocks them out of the park in the winter season. And just like that, once again, up in the lead here will be Meeprage, and that's what you want to see.
Gets the stun there. Can't quite take advantage of it because it was coming off of the edge. Another stun lets her go.
Yeah, I mean, you want to make sure that you can get the full hit there. You don't want to over-invest, right? You want to make sure you can take that as you can, so getting over that 100% to confirm that stun into the knockout here. Gets a lot of good percentage up as well. This is a great way to start.
That was really nice. The knockout. We're all tied up, Ryan.
If this turned into a reverse sweep, Jack, this would be one great way to start this tournament. I mean, this would be, honestly, we talk about reverse sweeps a lot, right? When it comes to PEC, when it comes to other tournaments, the reason they are so incredibly powerful is because they're very rare, right? And it's all about stopping the momentum to resume it. And that is what we've seen, right? We've seen this sort of momentum stopped on the Wii Fit and begin on the Kazuya, and now you are in a 2-2 final map, final set, final 3-stock series here. That was a lot of S's, and we finish it off on the Pokemon Stadium here, and this is where things are going to get dangerous. One player can get out of this tonight.
We're heading right into it. Up at 42% is Kazuya, is Meep Rage. Needs to find a way to get through, get a couple hits, just land one of those big combos. That's been the difference. He's been getting those combos a lot more. Starts to get it there. Some good DI and a good shield. Manages to save Wii Fit, but won't save her from that. My goodness, Dr. Perky getting thrown around a little bit. 83% now, and a good, just missed the uppercut there. Dr. Perky manages to take a bit of a more advantaged position on the stage. Good shield there. That was really hurting Meep Rage for a lot of those first two matchups, that edge guarding shield. And while Wii Fit was off the edge, getting those couple hits in with the soccer ball, and with the Sunblast, gets a nice kick there, up to 109%. Just barely missed that ranged attack, that one ranged attack really that Kazuya has in that advantage state. Needs to get a knockout soon so that he can start getting to work on the next stop. That's really been the key. Manages to dodge out of the way of the Sunblast, just jockeying for center stage, both being very cautious, up above 100%.
Yeah, I mean, both of these characters can really knock you out in one hit, and it's scary for Kazuya because you're in that scary state, but you're also in a state where you can do so much. A couple hits go in, the soccer ball as well, not going to be able to find it, though. Just in time, gets the shield, but one hit on either of these players, and that's going to be first stock gone. That's going to be the first sort of beginning of the end of this series, Jack.
Didn't get the shield on the Sun. But oh my goodness, a big side kick. And Wii Fit's a little lighter than Kazuya, so I would say they're both about at the same, knockout zone. Kazuya still managing to stay alive. Nearly got a double knockout there. That would have been incredible. Both up real high in percent, 237%. Manages to avoid every attack that is thrown at him. Meep Rage does, just jockeying for this first stock, and oh my goodness! Meep Rage gets it first.
And that's a great way to start. I mean, obviously, Dr. Perky looking to even this one up, but 230%, you are in a very scary state right now. You have the ability to just keep this percentage up, and right now, you're just playing with it, right? You're in a spot where you know that basically one hit is going to send you up, but you want to try to make this percentage really good so that your next stock puts you in a good area. There goes the knockout. As it happens, a little bit of restoration comes in, but 50% already on Perky.
And got that first hit, so it went up to 50%. Now it's down to 48, still about even on percent. Kazuya not able to land quite as many blows in the second stock, already up to 85%. Needs to get a quick combo here sooner rather than later. Mispredicts with the shield. And nearly knocked out. Got the animation, but didn't quite get the knockout in that advantage state. Immediately kicked off, and some good restoration. Dr. Perky just trying to stay alive. My goodness, the momentum, it was all on Kazuya's side coming into this. And a beautiful prediction, a beautiful piece of edge guarding from the other side of the stage.
Holy.
And Meep Rage is down to his last stock.
Yeah, and this is where things get scary, because if you're in that 100%, obviously you're more knockoutable, but you're more powerful, and it's frightening to be in that spot, especially when you're in a one stock disadvantage here. Dr. Perky wanting to put an end to this reverse sweep here. A great way, though. The stun goes in, but not over 100%, so the attack won't connect to the knockout.
Just nearly had it there. There's the knockout. 82%. For Kazuya, now 100%. It all comes down to this, folks, in this 4-on-5 matchup. 122% for Meep Rage. Just manages to shield out of the way of the Sunblast. Gets a good hit there, trying to land the combo. Doesn't get a good parry, though. On the edge, jockeying for position. 44%, go orange.
This could be it there, Jack. One hit is all it's going to take. One stun there, goes for it, but Dr. Perky sends them out of the stage and prevents the reverse sweep in our first match of the day. And Jack,
Just not quite enough apples for Meep Rage to keep the doctor away. Dr. Perky advances to the semifinals. That was a breathtaking series.
I mean, Jack, I told you that this match was going to set the pace for the rest of the day. And it did. I mean, these players have come here to show up. They've come here to prevent or promote themselves in the best place scenario. And this is what you just saw, right? And I mean, if you were either player here, you are more than happy with that performance. I mean, you put in some crazy work. It is the first match. It is 9:45, not 10:01 in the morning. I'm way off. And I mean, there's so many more matches to play today, so many more solos to play today. And that is a great way to start this matchup.
It's going to be a long day, so we can't stay long. We get to take a look at the replays from this incredible matchup first. But my goodness, I thought for sure it was going to come down to it. Let's take a look at the replays real quick here.
Yeah, I mean, and it came down to not only that fifth game, but that final stock, Jack. And it really comes down to the players' adaptation to one another. I mean, there were some incredible knockouts early. Dr. Perky looked dominant in these first couple of sets here, and we're taking them quite dominantly, right? But then it moved in to where we saw so much adaptation coming out from Meep Rage and was able to find it, right? They closed in the fights. They got the stuns. They got the combos. They played a lot better to their advantageous state above that 100%, and they were getting some really good KOs. I mean, really putting themselves in a position of dominance. Those stuns, I really think, right into that uppercut is really where it came down to the dominance from Meep Rage.
It was absolutely, he got so many more of those stuns in the in those middle two matches, and then also in the third one, because that one really, I mean, it came down to it was not dominant for either one of them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there you see it again on that stun, and this was the last matchup. It was so close. They were on that first stock up at like 150, 250% forever, it felt like. Yeah. And then, you know, it got even back up. A great prediction. Wow. That was one of the best. That was probably the play of the set.
Yeah.
You know, just because of how important it was for the outcome of the set to get that there, and then went off stage, got the edge guard. That was exactly what they were looking for. We can't stay with you long. We've got a long day. Next up, we've got the Rocket League semifinals, number 2 versus number 3 seeds. It's going to be me and Carson on the desk for that. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back to upstate New York, at the Shine Gaming and Esports Center. We're here with the ESSEF, the Empire State Scholastic Esports Federation, state finals. And we've got some Rocket League action here today. I'm Carson Cash, joined again by Jack Elliott, who you just saw moments ago. Jack, that first game was electric.
My goodness, Carson, I had a fantastic time calling that one. It was back and forth. Thought we were in for a reverse sweep. Went to 5 games. Instead, Dr. Perky managed to pull it out.
Fun name there as he takes down Dizzle in the first quarterfinal game we saw today. Those matches are happening off stream as well as we move through semis and finals for solos, which will be on stream later. Right now we have Rocket League. It's going to be number 2 Bethlehem Central versus number 3 Pelham Preparatory Academy. These two schools are not friends with each other. They've developed a Rocket League rivalry. They're not school rivals naturally. They don't even know where each other's schools are, they admitted, because they don't care. It's a big rivalry. They really want to win. They're involved outside of it. They're friends, but they do play together and play against each other. They really, really want bragging rights over one another. They're a very close group.
Yeah, I was talking to Bethlehem before the game. They said, this is their biggest competition. They said they got a new player. So they've got two champs, and then now they used to have a gold, now they have a diamond player, and they said that's been helpful for them this season. They didn't get to play Pelham during the regular season. That's what they told me. They said, that was our one game that we didn't get to play. Now they get to face them in the tournament. Should be a good one.
The first matchup of the season comes with everything on the line, essentially. This is the semifinals. 2 and the 3 seed are set to play the winner of Millersville and, I believe, Troy in the 1 and 5 seed as they sit above them in the bracket. It's going to be a very fun matchup. I want to hear your prediction for this because obviously we don't know a lot about these schools, but it's kind of up to what do you think between Bethlehem and Pelham? We obviously met the players. They're a very rowdy bunch. What vibe, what kind of glue did you notice between these groups?
I asked for some final words from the Pelham guys. They said 2 things. They said 1, only city school, 2, cheeseburgers.
Okay, what does that mean?
What does that mean, Kobe Bryant? I don't know.
That's beyond me. You just said cheeseburgers to you?
Yeah, that was
okay. Pretty.
But my prediction, and I'm not going to give a prediction for the winner because I don't know these teams well enough. My only prediction is that this goes to 7.
That's a fair point. These two teams are very close in rank, very close generally as people, as they play together a lot in their own organization outside. There's a kind of a 2-player overlap with an extra that kind of Pelham has that, Bethlehem has a player that they've never seen or either team has ever seen play against each other. So we'll see the Panthers and the Eagles. It sounds like an NFL matchup, and I'm probably taking the Panthers in that one if it is.
In the NFL or in this?
NFL.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you think Bryce Young's better than Jalen Hurts?
That's a story for another time, but we talk about Rocket League, and here on the Scholastic high school level, it's going to be really, really interesting. These teams played through a regular season. We're finally at the end of the bracket. It's quarterfinals and semis here. We've got a great crowd for this one.
Goodness.
I'm very excited to see what Rocket League matchup we've got going here in just a moment, as it's just going to be good old-fashioned fighting here. And you talk a lot about what you need to do to win this game. For both teams, it's kind of all about presence. You need to make sure you have your rotations going well. The triangle of excellence, as we call it a few times on the Power Esports Conference broadcast here at Syracuse Esports. You need to find your rotations. You need to make sure your defense is in check. That's the biggest thing. We see it with a lot of these bigger schools in the collegiate level. Defense is everything. If you can't stop a face-off goal, if you can't keep up with pressure, long-time pressure in your zone, you're not going to win these games. When the going gets tough, and you got to get tough. That's going to be the big thing here. A lot of these teams, they need to find a way to make sure the other team is wasting energy, wasting time, and stay in the fight.
And wasting boost. That's one of the big things is that boost control, Carson. When you're backed into your own goal for an extended period of time trying to defend, you run out of boost pretty quickly, and you don't have time to go get one of those 100 boost markers. Your opponents are controlling it. And that is going to be one of the biggest things for me is this boost control.
Yeah, and we kind of have to see what team is better at that. What team is better at managing their spots. What team can clear enough to just get some boost here and there. Whoever is going to survive as we do a quick little observance of the MapFly 2 team logos at the bottom. If you are new to this level of esports here in this in New York State, it's going to be a lot of fun here, but you have to be defensively oriented here. With a team you don't know, a team you're not expecting, maybe you know some of the players and how they play, but I would take a conservative look at this first game for them. It's a BO7, so we'll see how they put it together, but they need to find a way to calm down, just figure it out. Figure out what the other team's doing and respond, adapt. That's the big thing here. We see teams like Troy, that's kind of their whole mindset. How can we improve on the fly? They came back from a reverse sweep in the quarterfinals to get here. And
It was an upset, too.
it was a huge upset over the 4 seed, so it's kind of, because I mean it is a 1 number difference, but those two teams had a completely different regular season. Troy went negative in the regular season, made their way back just barely into that 5 spot. They did the same thing, and what can we see here? Can Pelham pull an upset off here? Or will the Eagles remain on top, the 2 and 3 seed? Pelham went 5 and 2 in the regular season, leave the Eagles with 6 and 1.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I'm so excited. I love broadcasting the 2 and 3 matchups, Carson, because those are the closer teams together in seeding. They had more similar regular seasons, and it's just, me personally, I think that's a ton of fun to get to see how they play against each other, how they respond to each other.
Yeah, especially with two teams that haven't seen each other. Obviously, it's fun to just revisit a matchup and see, like, hey, this 2 and 3 seed has played it earlier in the season. They were slated to play each other. Don't get that wrong. They had a regular season matchup that kind of got canceled. So they're kind of both on a bit of a we want to win this game, we want to play this game, we want to find a way to win no matter what, find a way to play them no matter what. And you know what? They got to the end here, and as we jump into it, they found their way to play. Jump in here as Bethlehem and Pelham off rip here. Pelham in the green. It's going to be immediately in there. Tweaks missed that, but it's going to go wide. But another one in the middle. A great rebound shot, and Archer scores immediately for Pelham Prep.
I mean, it was a beautiful aerial, got the deke, made 2 people miss, and Yellow Archer was just there to follow it up.
What a beautiful play and a great assist from Natsunoda. It goes right off the wall in that corner, and it's a quick start, faster than you can say much of anything. So off the wall, it's going to be immediate pressure again for Pelham. They push it back into that other end. Off the wall, once again, pushing it forward. Sonoda has that ball again. It's a one-on-one in the other end, but Teeks is there to push it away. Back on the other side, they miss. It's a whiff from Archer. One-on-one as they try and recuperate. No boost for the side of Bethlehem. On the other side, Sonoda off the wall. Tweaks in the middle, though, as Tux is going to just put it away into that corner and give Bethlehem a moment to breathe. If Archer doesn't have something to say about it, off the wall once again, in the air, dangling in that other side. Going to be a bit of a clear here. Pelham has an opportunity to respond.
Yeah, and you know, here's the thing. When you go down early, like Bethlehem just did, as they get a nice shot on net, you have to respond. You have to come back, and Natsunoda is making it very difficult to do that. Great way to carry the ball forward and get a demo, and the follow-up. It's an easy tap-in.
It's RXYNO, a great start for Pelham, 2-0, as this team has found themselves up against Bethlehem, who were very, very confident early here. They really thought that they had this one in the bag, thought that they had the advantage. You get the Poppy's playtime goal animation.
And, you know, it's the aerial prowess so far I've seen from Pelham that is making this difficult. And that's what Bethlehem's going to have to work on, getting up in the air, using that boost conservatively, and shooting in the air. It's a whiff right there.
Tough miss right there, and that could have been one that brought it within one. Sonoda off the wall, alone, coming in. Great save by Tux. They push it back on the other end. Push it forward again. Rick Snow in the front. Good miss. Charge clears it. Tux has it in the air. No boost, though. Has to follow up as Sonoda clears it properly for the Panthers. Off the wall once again. It's a good take by Livia. Makes 2 miss on that front side, and a good save again by Tux, who's been the defensive ace right now for Bethlehem. Back in front once again. Archer fighting with it in the corner. It's going to be Rhino who comes out with it. Back once more. Sonoda takes in the middle. Tux again knocks it clear. Bethlehem in the offensive zone. Once more. Putting it over. Tux pushes it forward, just not on net. Sonoda being able to collect. They fight for it in the corner with 2 Bethlehem Eagles.
Yeah, it was a bit of a double commit. One of those guys needs to get back, get some boost, be prepared to attack it again from the regular side.
Charge forward, and it's a goal for Bethlehem. 1 miss, and Pelham only has a 1-goal lead here. Let's watch this one again. Off the middle, it's Charge, who takes it right from a Panther and nails it long range from half court. What a shot.
And just nobody was back at the back post ready to defend that for Pelham. And it's made this game closer. Bethlehem growing into it now.
Yeah, I just kind of needed that warm-up here, and the face-offs are so dangerous is what we're seeing. When those lapses of judgment in the front here, it's Charge on 1. Here's another shot for Bethlehem, and it's in! Nobody's there! Charge, 2 goals in a row. It's a brace for the Eagles.
And you could talk about this shot all day, but watch Livia in the background here. Bonk Sonoda into the background, absolutely obliterated. That's what allowed that goal to score.
good assist to there from Levia, who did pass that ball over to Charge. It's a great start here for Pelham. That's kind of thwarted now by the Eagles. 2-2 as we go down here. 2-2 tie here. Tucks off the wall, makes 2 miss, has another one to beat. He does. Back to Charge! 2 tie off the crossbar, and it goes wide towards that right side. Levia misses it in the middle. Rhino once again collects. Back up off the wall. It's going to be Tucks here trying to answer, but they miss here. Levia was able to kind of push that away for Bethlehem. Back in front, though. Pelham had an opportunity there. They push it wide. It's a double commit. Players kind of miscommunicate there. Charge puts it off the wall. Centering pass for Tucks, who pushes it back to that left side, which is going to allow Levia an opportunity to grab it, but they won't. Puts it back towards Charge, who has the boost they need, but it's a whiff. It's going to be a chance here, but no, they make one miss. Long shot. He shoots. Scores! Charge gives Bethlehem a lead with the 3rd goal in a row.
My goodness, the long-range ground pinch snipe just rolled around the goal and snuck in.
Worm burner from half court. It's a great start here. 2 minutes remain, and Bethlehem, after giving up 2 goals in a row, have their first lead. Face off here, we talk about how dangerous it is. Yellow Archer goes down to a demo. Rhino in the front. It's a good clear from Bethlehem. Back over there. Sonoda misses one. As Levia, things getting chippy now with 2 demos here in the first 5 seconds of the last 2 minutes. Back on that other side. Front-entering pass for Pelham. It's a good miss there as Charge is able to clear it. Archer off the wall. It's going to come off that crossbar, and Sonoda tries to stuff it in, but it's a rebound score for Rhino. 3-3 tie.
And that's just good, consistent pressure from Pelham. Really making themselves known, not letting Bethlehem out of that defensive zone, as there's that celebration again, but that's just good, consistent pressure, and that's what works.
It's a good start here, 3-3. Rhino has an opportunity off the face-off, and it's 2 straight goals for Pelham Prep. 4-3 lead. They have themselves the lead once again for the first time since the 3-minute mark with 1:30 to go. Good job by Sonoda, pushes it over the left side, whether intentional or not, because that is a face-off, and you have nobody really has any idea where the ball is going to go in a face-off. It's all kind of gunning for it, and the good job there.
And these games are just far more open than we're used to.
Yeah, I mean, it's so high on that offensive end, Defensive end has been a bit of a struggle for both teams. 4-3 lead for Pelham. They are pressuring here. Here's an open net. Tucks from the middle. Blocked, but not enough. Bethlehem scores 4-all.
And you know, I'm feeling pretty good about my prediction of 7 games here, Carson.
I mean, 7 goals is going to be kind of the benchmarker, I feel like, here so far. No defensive matchup at all. Game 1 here, 8 total goals, 4 between the 2 teams. The 2 and 3 seed are living up to their seeds right now, trying to find once more. Charge puts it off the left. Is that enough? Off the wall! Oh my goodness, what a shot! Charge gives Bethlehem a lead!
This is ridiculous. This is carnage, Carson.
9 goals early. 1 minute, 17 seconds remaining. Can Pelham respond? As it's just been 2 in a row, 2 in a row, 2 in a row. No back-to-back goals for every team. If you score 1, you got to score 2, it feels like. Shot in that other end. Pelham an opportunity. Sonoda off the wall. Gives a rebound center to Rhino, who's going to do the same thing. Off the wall. Here's another shot. Levia puts it wide. Great job from Bethlehem on the defensive end. Charge pushing forward. Off that wall. It'll center. It won't come down in front of the net. Tucks puts it again off that wall. Here it comes in the middle as Rhino puts it back away. Archer and Levia gunning for it in the air. Archer long shot. Tucks puts it wide. A very good job there as Rhino tries to stuff it in from that other end. Bethlehem looking for a 2-goal lead. But Pelham trying to make sure that goes tied. Back on the other end, Rhino puts it forward. Right side makes 1 miss. Shot on net. Stuffed in the front by Tucks. Back once more. Sonoda has possession but has no boost to follow up. It's a shot in the air, and it bounces off the wall. Tucks is there, or rather Levia is there to put it away. Here's a shot off the crossbar, a save from Sonoda. Archer puts it forward, and there's a 2-on-1. Odd rush in the front here. Drops it in front of the net. Can Sonoda stuff it in off the crossbar? Here's another shot, but Archer puts it wide. 15 seconds remain. Rhino once again back in that air. Can they tie it? 10 seconds remain. Dangerous zone. Archer from the top rope, stuffed in front. Bethlehem keeps their lead. 2 seconds remaining. Oh my goodness, still a chance here with the ball in the air. But Tucks is going to stuff it down in the middle, and Bethlehem survives game 1 as the 2 seed. My goodness.
That was absolute carnage for the last minute and a half, Carson, but no goals since a minute 17. It was just pure defense, which was not what we had seen at all before that.
9 total goals is typically more than we get in an entire series here for the PEC, so a lovely start here. Pelham gets 2 in a row, then Bethlehem will answer with 1 long shot followed by 2 more goals. It's just back and forth from there. They're dueling, it feels like, as Bethlehem finds themselves at up 3-2, and then all the way back. Pelham gets 2 in the row themselves off goals from that middle's court. 4-4 here, and then just a immediate lead for Bethlehem as Charge is the one that scores the winner.
I mean, what can you say, Carson? Those saves in those last 5-10 seconds were awesome.
I mean,
there's no other word for it.
The entire Bethlehem team just nailing it on the defensive end. Couldn't find it early. Gave up 2 goals immediately to Pelham and then kind of locked in for a little bit. Gave up 2 more goals, but towards the end, they locked it down. They created the defense they needed, kind of made a wall for Bethlehem in that last end and immediate stuff. That was a great job by Charge to try and get a shot on net, but it just wasn't good enough. What a spectacular save at the end there.
And I mean, it was a 5-2 run after the first 30 seconds as we're getting into it now. It's the face-off scrum, heads off to that left-hand side. Natsunoda tips it into the center. Now Rhino's going to try and carry it forward into Bethlehem territory in that corner, tries to knock it into the middle, but Charge is there. Charge carrying it forward now. Sonoda gives it a tip. Rhino's there, gets the boost pad, and launches it off the wall into the center. Just a bit too strong of a touch into the left-hand corner now. Yellow Archer goes for it and misses, so it's going to be a bit of an odd rush here, but it's not too bad, nothing that they can't handle. Rhino gets up for it, sends it into that front corner for Natsunoda, but they're triple committed to that right-hand corner. Now the ball's heading back into their zone.
A good start for pressure on Pelham as they kind of keep their own zone. Very limited in opportunities for Bethlehem. Slower start than last time. We already had 2 goals up to this point, but back in front. It's going to be Charge again on that defensive end, doing a great job for Bethlehem as we've seen their rotations great.
Charge turning defense to offense, sending one to the middle, but Rhino is there to connect. Now it's Tux sending it off the wall, trying to follow up. Everybody gets faked out, and it's Natsunoda who has to make an awkward clearance. Levia with a shot on net, but it's just high. And oh my goodness, Charge from out of nowhere dunks it down. And Bethlehem takes a 1-0 lead.
Levia here, it's a good top up, puts it on that rebound and Charge from the top rope like a WWE move. 1-0, and it's been a wrestling fight so far, but Bethlehem has their first lead so far in this game, as they haven't had one since 1 minute and 17 seconds in that last section. They have been very good on that defensive end when they need to be, but I mean, on that offensive end, they really get streaky. They could find a few more goals here.
And to Rhino launching in for the aerial, trying to follow it up, but the touch is too strong, just kind of pinched between the 2 cars. Charge does a good job of knocking a defender out of the way. Centered for Tux. Levia with the shot on net, but a great save from Rhino. It's Tux in the corner with it, trying to continue the offensive onslaught, but Rhino's going to be able to clear with a decent amount of boost. Opportunity to make something happen. Tip down into the middle. Nobody's there to take it, though, and Charge clears. Charge up that right-hand side, trying to knock it into the middle, but Natsunoda gets the better of it. Levia follows up, but it's Yellow Archer trying to clear. Levia with a nice 50, but Rhino finally manages to get it out. Bit of a triple commit there. Rhino gets a good demo on Charge, and it's Natsunoda following up into the middle. Yellow Archer has a golden opportunity, but shanks it wide.
That's a tough goal right there. Just barely misses it, and you talk about Pelham struggling in the offensive end. That was their biggest chance so far, but they'll have more here as we enter the halfway point.
Yellow Archer sending it forward. It's dumped down, but a great save from Levia. This has been end-to-end defensively so far. It's in the corner. Nobody's quite there on it as a Charge gets demoed yet again. Now it's Natsunoda trying to knock it into the middle, but Tux is there to clear. Rhino into the corner. Off the wall, trying to get a center, but Levia once again on the defensive end. Has been everywhere for Bethlehem. Knocked across the goal, not quite the center they were looking for there. And Tux has a decent amount of boost and the ability to take it forward. It's a one-on-one, knocked out of the way. It's rolling towards the goal. And a great follow-up to knock the goalie out of the way. It's a 2-0 Bethlehem lead.
I mean, watch this. Tux knocks it up and then just completely destroys Archer, puts it entirely away. And that is a good goal for them. Oh my goodness.
That was kind of like in dodgeball when you lob one up and then throw the second one really fast when they go to catch it.
That was, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, that was an absurd good job there. I can't even imagine how hard that must feel on the other end.
Oh my goodness, what a save from Natsunoda. It won't count as a save, but it was there anyways. Levy has an opportunity to really put this game away, but won't quite get it. Now it's Natsunoda looking to respond to a couple of quick goals. Rhino collects it in the corner, looking for a centering pass, but it's met in the air by Charge. Now it's Natsunoda. They haven't had a coordinated attack, really. That's been my biggest issue for Pelham so far. Rhino knocking it forward, trying to drive through two defenders. Can't get it, but the follow-up, Natsunoda scores!
Pelham all about these rebounds, and you're seeing it here. Rhino runs it in, basically forces a double come in out of two. One of them has to make a save, and both of them decide to do it. Not good enough communication there from the Eagles as the Panthers find a way to pounce there. 2-1. Bethlehem still leads, but that leads closer now as a minute 30 remain.
Pelham has 90 seconds to try and find the equalizer in order to force overtime. That ball's ripping towards the goal, though, dropping down from the sky, but it was just shoved out of the way. Natsunoda tips it forward off the wall. There's nobody from Pelham on the other side, though. Yellow Archer, no boost, manages to get a pretty good pinch. It's a golden opportunity for Rhino, and this game is tied.
2 shots for Rhino, a goal and an assist, the second point of the game. 1 minute remains, and Pelham's right back into this one. 2 in a row for the Panthers as the Eagles score very early, struggling now in that offensive end. The defense starting to crack. Can the Eagles still find their way forward?
And it was a good pinch from Yellow Archer to get it forward with no boost. It's hit into the corner. Now Charge is going to take it forward. Charge has been creating everywhere. Just 5 boosts now for Rhino. Tries to win the 50, manages to get the full boost pad, and it's Natsunoda in the air to take it forward. Yellow Archer tips it past the defender. There's only one defender back, and it's Charge. A golden opportunity. Rhino comes in. This game has been flipped on its head in just 45 seconds.
A brace for Rhino. 2 goals here. Sonoda able to make sure Charge can't get it with the fear of getting bumped. 40 seconds remain, as you mentioned, and with a tank full of boost, Rhino nails it from half court. An absolute screamer. Pelham up 3-2. Opportunity to make sure they don't go down 2-0 here.
And a nice kickoff, but Tux is going to take it forward. Rhino does a good job to contest, and it's missed off the wall there. Tux taking it forward yet again. Charge with a nice demo. Gives it back to Tux. Tux looking for the equalizer, and my goodness! Just tips it by a defender, makes his man miss. And it's all tied up 3-3 with 30 seconds to play.
What a dangle in front. Tux putting the body on the line as Rhino gets knocked out of the air again. 3-3, as you mentioned, overtime looming. Can somebody make something happen with 30 seconds to go?
I mean, given the way that the scoring has been, I would expect it. Good face-off win there for Tux, tipped into the corner, but now it's in the middle. Levia does a good job contesting. Can anybody get there? It's off the crossbar.
Double commit was so dangerous there, and it didn't pay off for Bethlehem. They both miss, and Pelham remains alive, essentially, with 10 seconds to go.
It's Natsunoda trying to take it forward. Rhino trying to meet Charge in the air. Won't do it. An opportunity for Tux. Knocks it forward, but Natsunoda clears. 3 seconds left. Can anybody make anything happen? It's Natsunoda in the air. The ball is going to hit the ground. We're headed to overtime.
That could have been a great opportunity. That one would have gone right in front of the net, but we're going to overtime instead.
Oh my goodness, Tux an opportunity. But it's cleared out by Natsunoda. Charge, trying to find a way through, managed to get a centering pass, but it's met by Rhino. Now it's Tux with the ball in the air. Once again, an opportunity to center. A good shot on net, but it falls just wide. Levia can't quite convert. Now it's Natsunoda with very little boost coming forward. Charge has a good opportunity, but it's knocked out of the way by Yellow Archer. End-to-end Rocket League really been in the Pelham end for most of this. It's Natsunoda kicking it forward. That's Levia taking it the other way. Yellow Archer manages to kick it back just for a second, but only as far as Tux. Natsunoda manages to make the save, keep this game alive. It's into the corner for Charge now. Rhino trying to find a way through, but Charge with a full tank of boost, and nobody in front of him has the opportunity, but Natsunoda gets there!
What a save. Pelham's defensive pressure has been perfect, and they keep doing this where they'll just knock it into the other end and look for a chance. Here's one.
Natsunoda just sends it wide. Now with a full tank of boost, looking to create something, anything, but Levia manages to knock it far forward into the Pelham end yet again. Tux keeps it alive. It's a centering pass, and it's met by Yellow Archer, completely stuffed. The momentum's equal. That's Rhino trying to send it forward to Natsunoda, who has that aerial presence. 2 Bethlehem defenders there to meet him. and they're up to the task. Now Tsunoda yet again in the air, and yet again met by Charge. Now it's Rhino tipping it forward. A good chip, knocks down off the crossbar, and Rhino can't finish. Tux sends it into the corner and manages to clear. It's Yellow Archer, no boost here for these Pelham defenders. Rhino has an opportunity. Yellow Archer defending with absolutely no boost. Now with 29, Rhino trying to send it forward. Tipped up to Tsunoda, and Tsunoda scores! This series is tied up yet again after nearly 2 minutes of overtime. Pelham manages to even things up.
I mean, with that long in that defensive end, you would not expect Pelham to do it, but they kept the pressure up, made sure of everything in that defensive end, kind of clicked, kept pressuring that offense with those long shots, a veer and shoot type thing, where you keep that defense, keep the defense, and then suddenly you take a long shot into the other end, and it's 2-on-1 suddenly, looking for those odd opportunities with an advantage. They know they struggle scoring 3-on-3, so they make sure they have that advantage. Bethlehem went off to a 2-0 lead early, and things kind of fell apart for them there. Pelham 3 in a row to put themselves back on top, but Bethlehem were able to keep themselves alive, tie at 3-3, but it's just not enough. Bethlehem's defense was great, offense needed some work. Now, Pelham gave them some work, unfortunately.
Pelham played that a lot smoother than they did in that first game, a lot more defensively sound, and that was the key. Both teams played way more defensively sound, but I mean, that last goal, an absolute snipe from Tsunoda. Incredible.
Series will go to 1-1 as we kind of enter this best of 7. 4-3 a score for Bethlehem as both games have gone above 7 goals, 7 and 9. I mean, we're in for a high-scoring one and a close one. I am so excited to continue. The biggest thing I saw there, Rhino, great on the defensive end, but everybody can play every single role, it really feels like. Everybody has the ability to win in any way. Everybody can score in every way. It feels like all these players are clones of each other. They're all so talented and all the same ability as each other, it feels like. They all can match each other, whether it's stepping up to the moment right now in kind of a way that they're not used to or something else. They are doing a great job in the air. That's something that we kind of see sometimes struggling with at this level, but clearly not these players. They're doing a very good job meeting each other in the air, struggling with some control, but other teams are they're doing a great job either way, finding that defense in the air, finding ways to meet the other team, and making sure you kind of play with your strengths in mind. Bethlehem doing a great job defensively, knowing that they prefer those 3-on-3 offenses with longer pressures and total control, total pressure, making that goalie in that defensive system kind of rocked without any boost. But Pelham, they're a completely different team. They stay in the defensive end and just kind of lob one over on a clear, and then suddenly it's a 2-on-1 because your players aren't in the right spot. They take advantage of poor rotations or of rotations you're not expecting.
And they turn defense to offense so quickly. They get forward so quickly, and they defend well anyways. You know, they only let up 3 goals that last game. Did a lot better, of course, than the first game. They played so much tighter, and yet they were still managing to commit numbers forward when they needed to. When they got one of those lobbed balls over the top, they were able to immediately send 2, maybe even all 3 of themselves forward, and the double commits were way cut down from that first game. They were double committing a lot in that first game, and that was part of the reason that they lost. That second game, the double commits were far less, and that was part of their key. They were able to commit players forward and cover a lot more of the field.
The big thing is communication with this game right now. All these players are talented enough to hang with the best, but can they communicate like the best? Can they talk to each other? Do they know what their teammate is going to do without knowing? Does that make sense? It's kind of all about knowing your team, knowing your other instincts, knowing what everybody is expected to do and if they're going to follow into that role. If you're used to somebody not meeting a certain goal or not meeting a certain aspect, you can get into that and you'll expect it. It's going to be a really interesting section here as we see just how these teams can adapt into Game 3. Pelham, Bethlehem, 1-1 as we enter Game 3 of the semifinals. 2 and 3 seed, Bethlehem the 2, Pelham the 3. We'll see what they can do in that other end. Charge, putting a charge into one on the offensive end. Rhino misses that one on top. It's going to be Tuxie who puts it away to that left corner. Archer back off that wall, putting it forward again. But it's going to be one more shot off the top. No rebound there. It's a good job from Rhino to push it away. Here we're talking about those offensive chances with odd rushes, very quick in transition shots. They put it back on that other end. Archer goes down and pushes it away into that corner.
Was
Rhino
just unable to retain the flip there too. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, it's all about that as some lag happening here on our end.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
All right, we'll
What's
talk a
going
little
on?
bit about it here on that stage. They are reconnecting here as it's a bit of a connection issue, unfortunately. Yellow Archer there on that other end you saw was doing some donuts in the circle, telling us to lock in really quick. But it's 1-1. You talk about it. You saw Pelham doing it immediately with those long shots, those kind of just lobs into the other end, trying to make sure to find a way out and find a way to keep themselves into this game and into this offensive end. That's how they score. That's how they want to score. These in-transition buckets, if you'll call it. You want to find a way to play fast. It's that full-court defense they're playing where they kind of always want to have pressure, always aggressive, always trying to find a way, and it's completely different. Bethlehem, who is playing way more conservatively. It's really interesting to see these two teams' strategy on the other end as we jump right back in here in just a second. Not Sonoda here in the corner. Back off the wall. Immediate pressure. Archer in there, but Charge able to clear it. Back once more. Rhino in the middle makes one miss, but Levia comes up top to meet them. But Sonoda, here we go. Shot in the other end, off the wall. Nobody can come down with it. Both miss. Back on that other section again. Tuxie in that defensive end. Kind of a pinch with Rhino. Can somebody get there in time? Sonoda has the boost, but again, the Charge. Great job on the defensive end to realize what was going on there and puts it wide. Levia once more. Here we go. Demo 2-on-3 in the offensive end, but they can't do anything with it. Archer pushes it aside. And Pelham back on that defensive end. They're going to make sure very slowly they are in that kind of safe cohorts.
And that was a lot more consistent offensive pressure. It's, oh my goodness, just a defensive lapse.
Tuxie there, it's off the wall. Look at Levia's shot here. Snow's not able to collect with it as they kind of push it wide. Tuxie's just right there. Good opportunity and a middle shot, 1-0 here for Bethlehem.
There was nobody at that back post for Pelham, and that's exactly what did them in.
You're talking all about that on the defensive end. You want to stay in that area. And Pelham hasn't been. That's just not how they play. Back in that other end, though, here's an offensive chance. Archer with a stance to push it in. They push it wide. Levia, in that other end, but not Sonoda has another opportunity here. Rhino kicks it in the air. Levia meets him up there. Back on that other section. Rhino makes two miss. Levia there. No boost for anyone in this mix. As they all go around, Levia misses that one. Goes back on the defensive section. Here we go. Two players with boost. It's Tuxie. Back on that other end, and one more with Charge as they push it over to the other side. Back in front, here's a chance. Pelham with a long shot. We talk all about this. It's who can get there first, and it's Sonoda. 1-1. 2 minutes to go, and Pelham Prep back equal.
And that's exactly what we talked about literally all between those two games, was how they play their offense. They just lob ones forward, hope that nobody's back for Bethlehem. It worked to a T right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sky hook from half court, and sometimes it works out. It did there. Pelham isn't doing great with it. Center in the middle here. Who's got it in the air? It's a long shot, but a wide shot from the middle. Back once more. Rhino pushes it forward, has an offensive opportunity, making sure nobody else can get it. Hands it to his teammate Archer, who just puts it too high. 1:50 remain. Tuxie off the wall. Here's a long shot. Has an opportunity, but gets stuffed in front of the net by Rhino, who's got more boost. Everybody misses. Tuxie puts it back. Levia accidentally almost clears into the other zone. One-on-one. Tuxie goes down. Here's a long shot from half. A double commit makes sure. And nobody gets that goal, though, as Charge saved their double demo here. Rhino and Sonoda, they collect some as they both go down. Back to 3-3 even. No, never mind. Excuse me. Tuxie goes down. 1:20 remains. Sonoda back on that other end. They just lofted up in the air here. Pelham puts it to the left.
It's been a very physical matchup. Lots of demolitions everywhere, Carson.
Yeah, you're talking all about kind of just making sure that that other team doesn't have a player advantage for Pelham, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. Keep those demos up as Tuxie in that other end. You talk about that conservative play, helping them out. Here's a long shot from the middle. Sonoda, Charge, touches it, but here's another chance. Nobody collects. Archer in the middle between two, scores, threads the needle. Oh my goodness, look at this. Rhino misses. Archer takes a shot between Tuxie and Charge.
They bumped each other out of the way, Carson.
He hit the ball with his own car, unfortunately, and it's an own goal there, but it'll get credited towards Pelham Prep. Back on that other end, here we go. Offensive chances, we talk about it all starting on the face-off. Sonoda in the air, makes one miss. It's a bounce, but Levy is not fooled. Back in that other right side. 40 seconds remain. Off the wall, rebound opportunity, but Tuxie able to put it towards the other end. Once more, Sonoda catches them there, and Bethlehem able to clear. Levia coming down with it. Sonoda towards the middle, as it's in now, Pelham's side.
I mean, Bethlehem's got to find a way to get into the offensive zone here. Pelham has been playing great defense. That's not really what they're known for.
Oh my goodness, Tuxie Grayer with a great shot. a great opportunity to play defense there. Saves their team from falling down 2 goals. Opportunity now off of that. Tuxie tries to put it in, but it won't be there. 2-1. Bethlehem has the lead. Here's a chance for the nail in the coffin, but it won't go just yet. 4 seconds. Bethlehem has to keep it in the air. Shot on goal in the corner. Is there enough boost to get it? No! Pelham 2 games in a row. It's 2-1 Panthers.
And the offense just really started to falter there for Bethlehem. That was really the biggest issue. They couldn't get consistent offensive pressure, and that's the way that they have to play. They need to keep Pelham confined to their defensive end, and instead Pelham kind of played in a way that they don't tend to. They got a lot of consistent offensive pressure. They kept the boost down for Bethlehem, and that's what worked. They played that smothering offense, and it worked defensively as well.
You talk about how good that defense was for Pelham in that second game towards the end. It spread into game 3 here. 1 minute remaining, and Pelham kind of scored that last goal from long, as we saw that beautiful goal by Archer, who just kind of threads the needle between 2 players. 2-1, win for the Panthers here, and it's going to be game 4 here. Now they're up 2-1 against the higher seed for this 3-seed Pelham team. This is a big game right now. They need to find a way. 3-1 is not where you want to be. They talk about it in every sport. Going down 3-1 is almost always a death sentence.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple times, LeBron
And Curry.
and Curry.
They both did it.
Yeah, I mean, the two of the greatest basketball players ever. They can come back from 3-1, but you're right, it is difficult. And if Pelham can get that momentum and keep that momentum rolling, especially, winning 3 in a row, that's real tough.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find a way to put it here. They lost that game 1, kind of heartbreaking fashion, 5-4, kept fighting back, but they'll have to try and keep themselves above water here.
It's Tuxie with full boost in the corner, knocks it down, but just in behind Charge, didn't quite get the communication correct. It's knocked into that offensive zone now for Pelham, but Tux is going to try and take it forward. It's a long shot and a great save from Charge just getting up to it. Levia knocks it forward into the corner for Bethlehem. But now it's Rhino taking it forward again for Pelham down that right-hand side. Tries to knock it in the middle, can't quite get it, tips it through, but Charge is there to knock it out. That's Sonoda, another opportunity here. Yellow Archer just wide of that right-hand corner.
Teamwork is so good here for Pelham. The Panthers are doing so well in that offensive end to try and help each other out.
That was good defense from Sonoda to have the awareness to tip that away, and Yellow Archer follows it up with some good defense as well. Tips it into the corner. Now it's a Rhino with a full tank of boost, an opportunity here to take it forward. Tips it past 1, doesn't get it by the second defender though. That's Sonoda trying to take it through the air, but a good 50 win there for Charge. Both players whiff on this far side. That's Charge with a long shot, but it's up and above anybody who would try and do anything with it. A dangerous area though, and a defensive flub from Sonoda. Tux manages to finish.
Sonoda has the boost here to get rid of this, but unfortunately just kind of gets stuck behind it. Charge goes for that shot first, but Tuxie kind of unloads the boost there, and it's going to be a goal for Bethlehem. A great job for that squad to find a way through, despite kind of that shot getting blocked.
It's Charge with an immediate opportunity, but a great save from Sonoda to avoid a second defensive flub. Sonoda gets it out just in front of the incoming shot. In the air with it, with a decent amount of boost, knocks it down towards the ground, gets the ground pinch into the corner, flipped into the center, but Tuxie's there. It's Yellow Archer, continuing the assault that his teammate started. Hits it forward, but Charge is there to meet it. Sonoda does well to keep it from going all the way into the Pelham end. Now it's Yellow Archer with good amount of boost in the air. Following up is Rhino with a shot, but it's not quite on target. Some good defense from Bethlehem. Now it's Charge looking to turn defense to offense. Tips off both posts, a double doink. And now it's Yellow Archer able to clear. Sorry, I know you're a Bears fan.
Avert your eyes, Chicago. 1-0 here for Bethlehem, and you talk about that defensive opportunity being so good. They need to convert on that offense. 1-0 still for Pelham, as they kind of keep themselves away from a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, Pelham's got to get one of those long shots forward, as it's Archer who gets completely demolished, and it's Levia meeting the same fate. Good hit forward from Charge, tipped up, bounced into a dangerous area, but nobody's there to connect. Now it's Yellow Archer carrying it forward with a decent amount of boost in the air. Doesn't save the flip. It's a long shot now, but Charge is there to meet it. Charge trying to take that forward in the offensive end, but it's Tuxie with a shot. Sonoda gets the save. Rhino trying to take it forward, but Levia is there. Now it's Yellow Archer hitting it into the corner, trying to take it forward through that neutral area. It's Sonoda with a shot, but it's Tuxie who's there to meet it. Now it's Rhino tipping it off the wall into a dangerous area. Charge whiffs. Yellow Archer can't quite get the angle though. Sonoda with a 50 wins the 50 and still has a decent amount of boost. Tipping it into the middle, tries to get for the hit on Tuxie but can't quite get it. Charge knocking it forward across field and gets completely demolished. Now it's Levio with an opportunity, a shot on net, but Rhino is there to meet it. Still got to find some offense here in the next minute and 38 seconds if Pelham wants to take that 3-1 lead that we talked about.
Complete opposite of what we've seen so far, a complete defensive matchup here. And it's just because Bethlehem's been able to find that offensive kind of response here and able to get rid of those aerials as Tuxie. Great shot on net is put wide.
Yeah, Rhino with a really nice defensive stop. Levio with boost, but Rhino comes out to meet them. That's Sonoda tipping it forward, trying to find a way through, can't quite get it. Now it's Sonoda again on the follow-up, and this game is tied.
Watch how good Sonoda does here. Bounces it in the middle for this team, forces it into the other hand as Tuxie just not able to hit it. Again, eventually, if you kind of keep taking those chances and keep forcing them into the air, they're going to mess up eventually is kind of the Pelham identity here. They're trying to make sure they find a way to keep themselves into this one by making sure they put maximum pressure on this other side. As they are so lucky right there. Tuxie was not able to convert a goal with a minute remaining. My goodness, nobody there for the Panthers.
Yeah, Tuxie just couldn't quite find it. Gonna let it run! Oh my goodness, great heads-up awareness from not Sonoda to let Rhino's shot run. You can see it right here. Rhino with the long shot. Sonoda says, wait, I shouldn't touch that. That's heading right for the goal.
Head hunts for Tuxie, but not able to connect. Either way, it'll be fine. A worm burner from half court. It's a great job here from Pelham. Great awareness. Kind of real lucky to come out of that one, not down 2-1. Instead, they find themselves up 2-1.
Flip the game on its head in the span of 10 seconds. That's Tuxie trying to create a little bit of offense, but it's not Sonoda who decides to claim it. It's not Sonoda going forward yet again, now with a full tank of boost. Tips it in the middle for the dagger, no good.
Great demo there from Charge, and an offensive chance will be born from it. Like a phoenix from the ashes.
And it's not Sonoda who's trying to play a little bit of defense. Meets Charge in the middle, but it's Levio with a long shot. It's wide. Rhino, no boost, has to clear it out against Charge, who has full boost. Manages to sneak it by him, sneaks it by another, and Yellow Archer gets met in the middle. Now it's not Sonoda having to clear, just trying to play defense for another 10 seconds, but it's Charge in the air, looking to find an offensive opportunity, and it's a great save from Rhino dropping down out of the sky. Pelham clears, it's gonna hit the ground, and Pelham takes a 3-1 lead.
I mean, talk about that save from Rhino to keep the game alive. Very, very reminiscent to game one when Bethlehem kept them in that game. I mean, oh my goodness. Rhino with that is an absurd save to make at that moment. Complete aerial, just right place, right time, and they keep Pelham in front.
It dropped down really out of nowhere. I didn't even notice him until he was in front of the ball, inches away. There's that first goal. It was just a defensive flub that let Bethlehem take the lead. But from there on out, it was all Pelham. Flipped this game around in the span of 10 seconds, really. Got their first goal right here at the 1:10 mark. The next goal came just about at the 1 minute mark. 57 seconds to play. And it was Sonoda letting it run for Rhino.
I mean, what a save right there. Kind of pitches it down, and it's just exactly what the doctor ordered, really. You need that every way and every which way for Rhino to play in that way at that moment. And with 10 seconds to go, you want your best players to have the best opportunities. And that's what happened there. One of your best defensive players who's been good all night, or I guess all morning. It's only 10:52 here in upstate New York. Snow still piling on. But, I mean, it's exactly what you were hoping for on that other end. I mean, Rhino there, that's such a huge play. I can't get over that. That's going to keep them up 3-1 instead of 2-2. Essentially, that entire play might have just kind of scored the Eagles.
And scored the goal that ended up winning the game as well. Rhino with an incredible performance that last game.
Not Sonoda in front. It's an immediate chance off the face-off. It'll drop in front of the net. Nobody will get there. Prime scoring opportunity, but he'll hand it back to Rhino from Archer, and they kind of clears the zone a little bit, get some more space, but Levio put it in the offensive end for Bethlehem before Sonoda knocks it back towards it for Pelham in that other end. Just complete dominance so far for Pelham, and it's felt that way these last two games. Once they've gotten it going, they have been going, but haven't scored that first goal since game 2. We'll see what they can do here in game 5, up 3-1. It's going to be match point here for Bethlehem. They have to win this game.
Both teams just kind of trying to feel each other out. Bethlehem needs to play a little aggressive this game, but doesn't want to give up anything silly.
They know they can play kind of with more a bit of that less aggression that they're used to, but they need to find a way to score goals when it's needed. And you're seeing that uncharacteristic from Levia there, just shooting into the offensive zone, trying to find a way. And good start here. Bethlehem can't put it forward, but can charge on the second opportunity. Norton, the third, puts it off the crossbar. And once again, Bethlehem still in the offensive zone. Here's a shot. It'll go wide, though. Sonoda doesn't need to touch, as it just didn't make it there. Back in front, Sonoda's going to run out of boost and basically hand it off on that middle end to Tuxie, who has to kind of back up there, put it too far in front of them, and they knock it forward towards that offensive zone. Two misses in front. Tuxie, top rope from Levia. 1-0 Bethlehem.
That's exactly what Bethlehem needed early in this game. Get a goal, get your momentum up.
A dunk. Oh my goodness, what a shot there. 54 kilometers an hour. You know what that means? Fast, my friend. Great job there. And it's just immediately a good start for Bethlehem, who needs to keep this pressure on. Foot on the gas for the Eagles, who need to keep their aggression up. Don't want to win 1-0. You can't just sit in the back and park the bus, if you will. It's the battle bus, because it is Rocket League now.
Right. Battle bus in Rocket League.
It's in the game.
Yeah.
It's totally in the game. Tuxie back in front. Has another chance here for the Eagles. The Panthers knock it wide. They get their paws on it. Back in the other end, Archer has an offensive chance here with Rhino together. They try and move past one, but Tuxie has been great all night. Keeps that streak up defensively. In front, off the post. What a tough shot from Tuxie. And will this be a complete momentum swing? No. Charge. Knocks it wide. Pelham's still not able to do it. Tuxie keeps the pressure on. Enough boost to beat anybody. Again, off the crossbar. Oh my goodness, what a curse from them right now. They can't seem to just put it right in the middle. They keep putting it just a bit wide, an inch too far to the left or right. Levy on the offensive end, 3-on-1, managed to escape it.
This game could be 1-1 right now, or it could be 2-0. Those were both great chances that just didn't quite fall, and absolutely heroic from Charge to get up for that.
Long shots again. We're seeing Bethlehem play a lot more like Pelham, and Pelham still playing like themselves. Here's that offensive chance from kind of just throwing it into the other zone, but Bethlehem's ready for it. Yellow Archer goes down. 3-on-2 for Bethlehem. They push into the offensive zone. Archer responds in front, but is he there in time? No. Second opportunity, wide again. Bethlehem can't keep that offensive pressure going. They still have the lead, but need to find a way forward. No boost for anyone but Tuxie. He puts it into the air, and unintentionally the second time as they get forward, Sonoda off the top rope. Levia, great shot to put it wide.
My goodness, breathtaking defense, and it's not extended defensive pressure for either team.
Oh, here's a long shot off that wall. Good save from Charge. Keeps Rhino's shot away. Again, it's kind of that hoping they make a mistake thing. Tuxie puts it wide again as the two Panthers kind of meet him in the middle. Once more, it's a big miss from Sonoda as Charge is able to move it to the other end. 1-on-2. It'll give Charge a chance, but no, it doesn't bounce the way Charge was hoping. Tuxie gets demoed, and a 3-2 disadvantage will force Bethlehem back in the defense here. 1 minute and 30 seconds remain. They've kind of parked the bus unintentionally, keeping it out of Pelham's hands. The Panthers really just have no offensive opportunities because Bethlehem's doing them all. Here we go, back in front. Off the crossbar again! Yellow Archer can't connect, and Pelham stays down 1-0. A minute remains. Levia offensive end, pushing it forward. And that's going to be it. Sonoda keeps that tempo a little bit lower. Archer collects, trying to up it back up. Here we go, back in the middle once again. Charge with a chance. 2-0 Eagles! What a job from the Charge! Goodness me, from the middle, he kind of gets a great opportunity from a misplay, and that's it there. Sonoda no boost, and Charge is just able to bring that home. Great shot.
And, you know, it was Pelham just kind of committing a few more numbers forward, left him wide open at the back. Bethlehem converted. It's like playing with an empty net in hockey.
Absolutely. Pelham now has that chance for late-game heroics again. They've been cardiac so far. Levia back in that other end. Can they do anything with it? Pelham keeping so much pressure on their end. They're kind of just not phasing in here. They feel like it's over, I feel like, in a little bit of ways. They just kind of lacked on that defensive end, not able to put it back into the offensive end. Either Bethlehem's figured them out or Pelham needs to adapt in some way. Archer off the wall, 30 seconds remaining, and they might have themselves a goal here. They will! Levia tries to knock it away, but Rhino still charges forward and gets it past Charge.
And now it's anybody's ball game. You know, Pelham kind of showing a little bit more offensive life, being a little bit more aggressive. Got it there. Now needs to really commit numbers forward.
2-0. We're almost gone with 35 seconds to go. Here we have them in the offensive end again. Charge has to find a way to clear. 30 seconds remain. Off the wall, Sonoda. Tuxie's able to put it up and keep it away from Rhino. But here comes Archer. They miss. They missed 20 seconds remaining, and Pelham lost maybe their best chance. But here's another shot. Charge keeps it wide, though. Rhino in that offensive end, trying to make sure it stays there. Stuck at the middle. Levia misses. That could be crucial. Sonoda, 5 seconds remain. Pelham, last chance. Back in the other end. Levia has it on the ground. Archer puts it in the air. Double commit. A miss, but nobody's there to collect. Bethlehem keeps the perfect chance away from the Panthers, and it's 3-2 from the grave. They keep themselves alive.
And when that went up and every single Bethlehem player went for it and missed, I thought we had a tie game headed to overtime, Carson. Instead, we've got game 6.
I mean, that's absurd here. We watch just how good it was on that defensive end for Bethlehem to keep them down no goals to the last minute. They scored their last 1 minute and 2 seconds. That's all they needed. Rhino collected one at that 32-second mark, but oh my goodness, what a defensive showing from Bethlehem, and what a job at the end there for the Panthers to fight back. But
Just
if you
couldn't
only
quite get
play
it.
with 30 seconds remaining, you're not going to have enough chances.
Exactly, Carson, and they just couldn't quite get over the hump at the end. They did build up a little bit more momentum that they can take in the next game, though. You know, Bethlehem started to challenge them defensively. They started to play a lot tighter defensively. Now Pelham can kind of take that forward and play a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a really interesting matchup here. Now Bethlehem had that aggression full gear, never took their foot off the gas. Didn't score that much, but it kind of kept Pelham out of the offensive zone until the very, very end where they started slipping, and Pelham just wasn't able to collect. That was a golden opportunity at the end there. That's like your ticket to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory right there. I mean, that is the perfect chance, and they just couldn't collect it.
Like, none of those kids came out of the Willy Wonka chocolate factory.
I actually don't know about that story. I just remember that there's a ticket.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about it later.
Something Polar Express here as Archer puts it forward.
It was immediate chance for Archer, but Tuxie's there to get the better of it. Consistent offensive pressure, though, from Pelham already, and it's causing issues for Bethlehem. Oh my goodness, it's tipped way forward and off the post, nearly an own goal for Rhino.
I know that player's stomach just sunk into the chair. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
My goodness, Rhino trying to make up for it, turn defense to offense, but nobody is there for Pelham to take advantage of it. It's rolling around, it's missed by Charge, and Sonoda gets a good opportunity. It's going all the way forward, but Rhino is there to collect in the Pelham end. Charge takes it off of him, and it's rolling around the goal, but it's cleared by Sonoda.
I promise you, Bethlehem has some sort of curse right now with the post. That is the 5th time they've hit it in the last 2 games.
And Pelham's been doing it too, Carson. It's Rhino hitting it just across the front of that net. Back to Yellow Archer, tips it forward. Sonoda's there to meet it. It's tinkering around that Bethlehem end now. Trying to keep it there is Rhino, but Tuxie is going to have an opportunity through the air and stuffs it past Sonoda. An early 1-0 lead for Bethlehem, trying to take it to 7.
Ever see a posterizer in Rocket League? If you haven't, this is the closest thing right in front of Sonoda. Just pinches in front of the goal. Absolute madhouse. 1-0 here. A minute and 25 seconds, 15 seconds into this. Oops.
And the math is a little bit difficult for my co-caster. It's Bethlehem trying to take it forward, get a second goal, tipped across the front, but nobody's there. Sonoda taking it out. No boost, so going to have to hit it forward. Tries to get the flip reset, can't quite get there. And oh my goodness, Yellow Archer out of nowhere, an offensive chance and a tie ball game.
I don't think anyone knew where Yellow Archer was, including us, and watch this. Oh, hello, goodbye, 1-1. That's the lead gone for Bethlehem, and the Eagles, trying to force Game 7, need to make sure Pelham stays in their own end, doesn't get chances on the Bethlehem goal, and they need to keep their foot on the gas, and that's the reason why. Pelham seems to be able to score at any given moment at will, randomly, but they almost put it in front of their own net as Rhino puts it right there, but here's another shot in the Bethlehem net.
And Levy is there to meet it and send it out. Rhino tries to win the 50, can't quite do it, but Yellow Archer's there to send it forward again. Yellow Archer trying to follow it up, but it's Charge taking it out. Now it's Rhino in his own end. Sonoda tips it forward. Now Rhino trying to tip it into the middle. Gets it by 1, but doesn't quite get the shot on net. Levy is there to collect. Sonoda completely overshoots it with the boost. I'm not sure what happened there, just went flying, but it's Yellow Archer with a shot on net. Tuxie is the better of it. That's Rhino tipping it back into the center. Nobody's there for Pelham, and it's a clear for Charge. Tipped into the Pelham end. Rhino is there to meet it. Nobody to meet him for the 50. That's not Sonoda. Clearing it out. Tries to get it by Charge. Can't quite do it. Yellow Archer tipping it across his own goal. leaves it for Sonoda, goes to bump, but doesn't bump charge, and that is who is able to clear it. Back into the Bethlehem end. Sonoda meets it, good amount of boost, but just gets deked out a little bit. Now it's Yellow Archer, there to meet it. Charge flicks it forward, and Rhino meets it in the corner.
Oh, it feels like the Eagles have really lost their aggression until that moment. They've kind of gone back on the offensive here, but they're really worried about Pelham getting offensive chances still. I mean, you're almost seeing 2 with full boost in the front.
Oh my goodness, Rhino just puts it wide. That is heartbreaking. A golden opportunity to try and put this series to rest. Sonoda goes for the ground pinch, but is met by Levia, who converts it into a shot. Now it's Yellow Archer taking it forward. Tries to get it by Levia and does. Rhino with a shot opportunity. Can Tuxie get there? No, he cannot. It's a 2-1 Pelham lead.
Rhino so good tonight, and on the offense, it's been the same on the defense. Yellow Archer, a great assist from that right side, and Pelham has their first lead in quite a long time. They lose 1 in a row. They won 3 in a row, lost 1, and they are not letting Bethlehem back in this game without a fight. The Eagles really struggling here, and off the face-off, this is their best chance.
Levia just completely whiffs on that one at a golden opportunity, and Rhino is able to clear it out forward and finish at the other end.
Yeah,
Rhino defense to offense.
That one's going to hurt. Watch this right here. Complete whiff into the other end, and it's just going to be Levia who accidentally again puts it towards their own net after missing there. That's a rough sequence for Bethlehem, who really just made a small mistake there, and it kind of revolved as Rhino just took full opportunity of it.
And you know, Carson, it's not the dagger, but it's getting close. Bethlehem will have to respond, and my goodness, what a save from Rhino. Doing it all right now, denies Levia.
Just a rocket from that middle section here, and as we jump through it very quickly, excuse me about the Wi-Fi. Go back to the other end.
Just a little bit of packet loss, but we're all good here. Rhino trying to take it forward into the Bethlehem end. Tips it into the middle. Will anybody be there to meet it? No. Yellow Archer meets it after the clearance and can't really do anything with it. Charge tips it towards their own net. Levia has to clear it, and Rhino had a golden opportunity after a tip towards their own net from Charge. It's a great save again from Charge.
Nearly the dagger here.
It's still in that Bethlehem, and the dagger from Rhino, but it's met by Tuxie. Now Tuxie trying to take it forward, turn defense to offense, but not Sonoda is there to meet it. Levia tips it into that back wall. Charge is there to meet the clearance. Not Sonoda whiffs, and then ends up being able to send it forward and into the goal. There's the dagger for Pelham Prep.
That could be the final nail in the coffin with 20 seconds to go. Bethlehem just not aggressive enough, and when they finally do it, it's the wrong moment with 20 seconds to go, and an absolute missile from the other side of the court.
Did you hear those sound effects?
Yeah, that was...
Ding! Bloop. I really quite enjoyed that, Carson.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, that's that one hurts if you're listening to it. I hope you don't have headphones on for that.
And it's, you know, Charge gets a goal there. Unable to clear it out.
Might be too little too late, though. Talk about how faceoffs are the best opportunity, and Bethlehem on the ropes right here. Need to find 2 goals in 11 seconds.
And it's a goal every 5.5 seconds, Carson. That's really difficult. You basically need 2 face-off goals.
Got one.
It's through the air. Levia can't quite get it. Yellow Archer. Now it's Charge tipping it forward. 1 second left. But it's saved by Yellow Archer, and Pelham advances to the grand finals for this Rocket League tournament.
Just an excellent job from the Panthers. They go down game 1, win 3 in a row. Struggle a little bit in game 5, but it's going to be game 6 is all they needed. We'll come through on these replays of this last match. I mean, oh my goodness. It's just such a good job by Bethlehem initially. They keep that aggression up, then suddenly they start playing back again. The way that they lost 3 games was by playing back, and you're seeing it here. It happened again. They weren't aggressive as they needed. They had their backs against the wall again, but it wasn't as much kick as they won that last one. They got a little too comfortable. Pelham just kind of took it and ran.
They wanted to park the bus, and Pelham, if they get enough offensive pressure, eventually they'll force a mistake out of you.
I mean, if they park the bus, Pelham may have just knocked that bus clear over.
Right, you know the video of the train where the bus is.
Oh yeah,
the train, yeah.
It's a very good callback. That's what it's all me.
Yeah.
Very old meme.
Yeah.
I think that might predate some of these players into us. I'm not sure. The image from a very long time ago, but we'll be right back in just a moment. It's been a very good section here. Bethlehem goes down to the 3 seed as they are the 2 seed. We'll be back in just a moment with more action here. I believe we'll be on a Rivals
Yeah, I'm hopping off the desk.
3rd place.
Ryan's going to be back, and it'll be Rivals. I think it's semifinals for Rivals.
We'll talk a little bit more about that just to see where it is. It'll be semifinals for Rivals, in just a moment. I'm Carson Cass with Jack Elliott. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned.